Welcome to the Bullits and Bourbon podcast, where it's not about the bourbon, but more about who you share it with.
Hey everybody, Jason here at Bullits Bourbon. Welcome back to episode 44 on this...
Scoot your skinny ass over.
Jesus God almighty. On this Friday night. So, glad to have you here. Dan, take it away.
Tonight's going to be a little bit different.
Yes, it is.
We're titling this one, Don't Be a Weak Sauce.
Don't be a weak sauce.
We're dedicating this to Lieutenant Joe Helton, who was killed in action September 8th, 2009. He was my lieutenant over in Iraq. So this one's for you, Joe.
15-year anniversary. And he was quite well known and well loved by everybody in the career field as being a super good dude, right?
Oh, yeah.
And his saying was...
Don't be a weak sauce.
Don't be a weak sauce. So because of that, we decided to try to get our hands on a really good HAZMAT bottle, right?
Yeah, and we got to thank Connor.
Yeah.
We couldn't do this without Connor.
Yeah. Connor, who is a whiskey protege and part of our familia here, brought us over a Dovetail Armida craft spirits, and this is 140.16. So if you guys have never dabbled in barrel spirits, I love them. Bardstown Bourbon Company, both of those companies do some amazing kind of barreling stuff. And I'm super excited to see your guys' face when we try this HAZMAT bottle. So without further ado, Dan, why don't you lead us off? I mean, let us know what you think here. I'm curious.
Smells like fire.
Don't be a weak sauce, man.
Yeah, don't be a weak sauce. Let's see.
Oh, that bad boy punches.
Does it punch as hard as I thought it would for 140?
It's not Coy Hill high, but it's got some legs to it. Yeah,
it's actually really smooth and enjoyable.
It does taste similar to the regular Dovetail.
Yeah, I was expecting 140 be like almost, I'll say, some moonshine,
fire,
but no, it's enjoyable.
Ty, what do you think about it?
It's not as potent for 140. Doesn't
you don't think it lives to the 140? I mean, proof or
it definitely burns the nose hairs there when you smell it.
It doesn't have that big hug that I thought it was going to have. Like I was expecting a big hug and that chest burn, but it's really good.
Yeah.
So before we get Jim to weigh in on it, who has a really good palate, but I think probably the best out of all of us here, Craig.
Is that because he eats Snicker bars upside down to fill the vanity portion?
You said you weren't going to tell him that.
Wait, is that a thing? I've never thought about that.
It's all about the texture.
You do that shit all the time, don't you?
What's that?
Eat those Snickers bars upside down. You look like the kind of eat the Snickers bar upside down, and then just like howl at the moon, like I'm satisfied.
I think I might have.
That's what they call satisfied.
Go ahead, don't be afraid.
Y'all done?
You done? Sorry.
I think I might have felt my liver touch my spleen on this one, but
is that from something from behind, or is that? What do you think, Craig Ray?
It doesn't drink that hot. It's a very to me, it's very sweet. It's a very sweet.
I definitely
note to
pick
it,
up the sweetness in it.
It's would not know it's a 140 proof though, higher proof, but yeah, extremely sweet to me.
So I love it. I'm gonna leave it at that for a minute. I'm gonna let Jim weigh in because he's got a nose for these things. So Jim, take it away. Tell us what you think. I mean, what do you pick up? Because I've had this before at the lower proof, but never at the.
But before he says it, though, Jim told me when he first poured it, Jim says let it breathe. Though I took a sniff of it though, and I thought it was scorched. it was scorched earth on my nose.
Seconds. I was like, it's gonna be hot. Let it breathe.
Sit.
I was like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Like he's doing a lot of coke over there. Like, oh.
No, I agree with Craig on this one. It's I get like some sweet fruit notes, light cherry. I think I don't really get a deep burn in the finish, like in the throat. It's like a little bit mouth
Yeah, you would say mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Numbing.
You like it.
Mouth numbing.
Mouth numbing? You like that? You like that mouth numbing, don't you?
Oh, you know, sometimes. Numb the pain.
I'm looking at Craig. Craig immediately recognizes, like, you son of a
There's
bitch.
a new purpose for this whiskey.
Jim owned the mouthfeel instantly. Though.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just going to get past it
Hey,
right
that's
now.
like me with the chicken cock. Sometimes you just gotta own it.
That is true. So I agree with you. I got citrus notes on the nose. They carried through a little bit of like a fruity kind of silk to it, even though it was high proof. I got almonds. I don't know where I'm getting the almonds from. You a bottle Blands? That's a bottle Blands.
I didn't say this one though.
No,
Double
motherfucker,
down.
you started that shit 2 episodes ago.
He's not even near the AC tonight.
COVID Carl over here. You're like remember that 80s movie with the sick boy that lived in the bubble? Was that you?
Bubble boy.
Bubble boy?
I'm gonna sneeze again.
I swear to God, get away from me. I don't need to get sick again. This is ridiculous. So, yeah, the hug on it was not overwhelming for a 140. It didn't burn down the throat. It was contained to. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you?
Did I catch a hawk too instead of an achu in there?
But it's silky smooth.
No, it is. I
It
agree
is
with,
very
I was gonna
silky,
agree on that
silky
note.
smooth.
The mouthfeel is very silky.
Yeah, it kind of. I'm gonna
really
go back
nice
to the Wild
mouthfeel.
Turkey Voyage. It's silky smooth like that Wild Turkey Voyage.
Don't you sneeze on me again. You better put your head down and get away from my glasses. Walk off. What is wrong with you? You need some Sinex? You're like a 5'8" asthmatic asshole. It's ridiculous. No, I will agree.
This is your fault, Connor.
The Dovetail, overall, super enjoyable. I love, I love everything from Barrel. This is like the regular Dovetail on steroids for me, but not to where it's not drinkable.
It is more than drinkable. This is something I would enjoy daily. This would take two pours, and I'd be good for the night.
You wouldn't want to pay
what I
this
need.
price daily.
No, definitely not.
Because this is coming at what, 170? Are you through?
Yeah. What was the price on this, Connor?
300.
Ooh.
So
This was
3.
retail
Oh,
or
man.
secondary? Oh.
Yeah. No, he's right, because you go on their website. They're all their ones that are in boxes. There's a general rule of thumb. Anything. Are you gonna do it again? Are you really gonna do it again?
No.
Okay. Anything this, I swear, if you sneeze on me again, that's nasty. Let me tell you something. That's like laying in another man's bed. Like, dude gets out of bed and you lay in his bed. You still got his man warmth.
You did hot swaps with cuts for
No,
This comes from someone who's laid with many men. It's really
I'm saying, we're not in the Navy, we're not in the submarine, deal. But when you sneeze on a dude, that's like laying in another man's bed right after he gets up with dude warmth still in the bed. You know that, right?
No, that was worse.
Oh God, that's so gross.
Cold sweat stains all over.
Yeah, that's one step away. I can't say it on this. I'm just gonna leave it alone. In any event, overall thoughts? Yes, thumbs up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Is it worth $300?
Yes. I would pay $300 for this
You
bottle.
can do anything right now. You're drunk. Which is why when we're done with this
I'm gonna have to
podcast, we're gonna
disagree,
get you to order some more shit.
No, $300 for this bottle. I would pay the $300 over the Voyage.
What?
Yeah,
No, bro.
yeah,
So you're putting this in as you're ranking this above Wild Turkey Voyage.
yes.
No, I think for a HAZMAT, it's a great $300 pour.
Yeah.
Would I pay $300 for this normally? No. But for a HAZMAT,
For the HAZMAT, for the 140 proof,
but when you get a 139.6 proof bottle, it's $220. The minute you go up 0.4 proof, it suddenly jumps up $100 though, because it just has the HAZMAT though. So I think for a HAZMAT, yeah, it's a $300 bottle for a HAZMAT.
Has that been the standard, you guys think, Jim? I mean, where you climb above that 140 mark? I don't.
There's this fascination with high proof stuff. I don't quite
Agreed.
get it. Don't get me wrong. There's some high proof stuff that I really enjoy drinking, but for people to pay more just for a few proof points, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good. Just like age, just because something
Right.
is old doesn't mean it's going to be good. But back to this bottle. I would compare like proof and price to Garrison Brothers Cowboy.
Oh,
which
okay.
I'd take that all day over this, but I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, what Garrison Brothers does. Yeah,
right. I'm a big fan. Of
I mean, I don't disagree with Jim at all on the price point though. But anytime you're looking for a bottle that's a hazmat, they suddenly jump up
in price.
in cost.
Yeah.
Is it worth it just for that extra? Sometimes 1%. No, but for a hazmat bottle, it's a great price for what your typical hazmats go for. Though.
Well, this is a good pour. I mean, I like the silky smooth, on the palate. The citrus flavors are good.
Quit looking at me. Mind your business.
You can't do nothing with this,
I
man.
swear to God. I know. You can't take your kids anywhere with you nowadays.
What is it with the military being so homoerotic?
It's Homo erectus. Or is it?
You may be erect.
You good now? I'm good now. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Are you good now? Have you healed?
I'm cautious.
So as you can tell, this is a typical Friday night pre-podcast pours. We're heavy.
No, I mean, they were touching. So we rarely do we get through. Well, we haven't. Rarely, fucking nonsense. We never get through an episode without talking about chicken cock. Correct, Craig?
We don't.
We don't. So, Dan lately has been so obsessed with the cock, the chicken cock, I'm sorry, that, we felt like it was only appropriate to really whip out a big old red cock, chicken cock, I'm sorry.
And for you tonight, Dan,
For you tonight, Daniel.
we have a little special.
Oh man!
He's got his own cock.
I was gonna pull out my own cock because what's gonna happen.
Put that little cock away. We have a bigger cock on the table tonight.
Clearly, my cock is bigger than yours, Dan.
So, Craig, tell us about this bottle. This is chicken cock what?
Oh, God.
Can you pronounce it?
You know what? The Red Stave. I'm going to go and pass this one on to Jim right now, though.
Yeah.
Because I bought this one like 6 months ago. So, if you're not like on chicken cock, I would say Old Forester, Bardstown, a lot of these Old Forester. If you get on their mailing list, a lot of times they will have drops. So chicken cock, one time had this drop right here. I was able to snag it at retail. I think I paid $2 something for it probably 6-7 months ago, and I've been holding on to it. And tonight we decided.
Look at Dan's eyes. Hey, look at his face. This motherfucker's face down there.
Dan has it's like his Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, he's like, dude, shut the fuck up and pour me a drink.
I've been holding off on this one, Dan, and tonight we wanted to bring it for you and crack this one open and see what we think about it.
We wanted to put our cock in your mouth.
You know what, Dan? You go and crack it and pour it there, buddy.
Chug a lug. Look, he is so happy right now.
Looks like it's been cracked.
Hey, the bottle top came off. It was like, oh yeah, oh daddy.
Where's your glass there?
It's right here.
Yeah, look at that.
Where's yours, Connor?
Come on, bring it over here.
Bring it over. Bring it over.
Yeah. There we go.
See what we think here in a second, though.
A chug a lug.
God dang, Connor, this thing. It's like 98.6. Was this thing in your ass?
It's all cloudy. He's been cuffing that motherfucker.
Wow, that's.
What did Connor do to that?
What's the proof on that? 122?
No, it's like 102.
102, really?
I don't think it's a. I don't have to
Look at the color.
It says on the.
So just for note, proof does not always dictate color, right?
No, but this is also finished in a Petit Syrah.
Right.
Count.
Which means what?
It's a wine, and I have no idea.
It's a yummy wine.
So Jim started off intelligent, and then
I just saw it on the label. I'm just reading the label. Just reading the label.
So I've had other Petit Syrah casks, and it is a wine. I'm not great with wines. This would be better for one of the ladies out there who really is smarter and more articulate than we are to chime in on. But the stuff that I have had that is Petit Syrah is always pretty good.
Okay.
It finishes pretty good.
Is it a sweeter
under my
wine?
flashlight now? It's
It's a sweeter. I feel like it's sweeter. I don't know. I think it is. I think it is a red wine.
It is a 102 proof.
I'll tell you what, the nose on this, I'm not very good at picking out the nose.
It's delicious.
But the nose, it smells amazing.
Yeah. I'm getting a little licorice scent to it.
I can see that like a red licorice.
I was going to say
like a strawberry
red, like a
bubblegum.
red jelly bean or
Strawberry bubblegum,
Yeah,
red
that-
jelly bean, licorice. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's.
That's really
I
good.
told you, chicken cock is nothing to fuck with.
Is that a rap song?
I'll make it.
Like Little John?
Little John's about to put out a new album.
Okay. Yeah. Chicken cock ain't nothing to fuck with.
So what do you think, Dan, of all the chicken cocks you've tried so far? What would you?
Tell us about your journey with the cock.
you
want
tried a lot
to
of-
hear about my journey with the cock, right?
What? No, chicken cock, please. When are you going to sponsor?
It's for the love of God. Listen,
we have spent a lot of money on chicken cock.
yeah,
So
we have shoved more chicken cock in this guy's mouth, and I'm gonna leave that.
What are your thoughts on this though?
It's really good. It's a coin flip between this and the Field Ethos.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What was the
right.
price point on the Field Ethos?
I want to say was 169 maybe, and that was not the new Field Ethos that just came
the
out.
first one.
But this is the reserve cask. So it'd be a coin flip.
So, this is the best one so far.
You think so?
Yeah. It's a combination between the nose, the finish on it, which is delightful. The flavor, I am picking up that finish, but I mean all kinds of citrus notes.
It has like a wine
Vanilla
finish.
Yeah, there's
a
vanilla
sweet,
in there.
Yeah.
It's light on the tobacco or the leather tobacco-y.
Yes.
Elements of like a clove. I think clove. Maybe I'm mistaken, but the finish is wonderful. The finish sits in the mouth just long enough to make you appreciate it, and then I'm like, all right, time for another sip. Let's go.
Well, the nose, I am absolutely horrible when it comes to the nose, but this, I mean, it smells just.
It smells delicious.
It really
yeah.
jumps out.
I want to take a shower in this.
Yeah, it smells delicious.
That's slightly disturbing, but I mean, I'd pay to see it.
I mean, I use this as cologne. I mean, it smells phenomenal.
So let's go off the beaten path for just a second here, because we've talked about this and we joked around with it on some of the social media recently. What does it take to get you a neck/face tattoo of a chicken cock?
There will be no neck tattoo.
Okay, listen. Everybody has a price.
No, there will be.
Listen, stop. Let's cut the bullshit, okay? Because here's the deal: if I offer you $5 million to blow a dude in the middle of the Super Bowl, you're going to blow that dude.
Yeah, because it's not that expensive for psychiatric help after that. You know what I mean? It offsets.
Okay, so let's go down the rabbit hole or the chicken cock hole here for a minute. You have no problem blowing a dude on the 50-yard line of the Super Bowl, but getting a tattoo of a chicken cock
That's
on your
permanent.
face. It's permanent till you walk across the street to the tattoo removal.
The other thing's permanent too, because that's going to be on film.
Yeah. Oh, and as far as it
That ain't
goes,
going anywhere.
every waking hour of every single day for the rest of your existence, we're not going to let you forget how you were hot Tuah in that motherfucker. I'm just letting you know.
So first, would you get a chicken cock tattoo?
Yes.
Where?
What would it take? What would it take to get the chicken cock tattoo?
On your chest where the eye is your nipple.
Well, let's start with chicken
Do you
cock
have weird
tattoo.
nipples?
What would it take to get there first?
Do you have weird nipples?
I'll say somewhere between 50 to 100K.
Seriously?
Yeah, 50.
Chicken cock. I would do that motherfucker for $50 at a Big Mac meal. Okay, I've got no shame.
Hey, remember he said
A
that.
couple of free
I
bottles.
got $50 and I can go to McDonald's real quick.
Listen,
You know, for a Big Mac, Jay will do a lot of stuff.
yeah, listen. Here's the thing. We'll put that right here because these nipples are in good shape. Like these things are.
They look like pepperoni.
Yeah, they are. They're not the big ones, the little ones like you get.
They're
in
not
the
nipple.
store.
Jay's got like teats.
Yeah, hey, but they're perfect. I'm just saying.
You could milk those things.
This is going a little far though. Like, when have you seen this? When have you?
You could see them through your
You
shirt,
can't.
motherfucker.
All right, I mean, you want. Don't. Just stay away. You've already sneezed on me. I don't want anything else on me. You got too many bodily fluids on me right now anyway. Weirdo.
Notice he didn't say sneeze and boogers. He said bodily fluids. So, that could be in a lot of things.
He's over there just bullying everybody. I don't need that right now.
So you would get a chicken cock tattoo.
Yeah,
I don't think 50 to 100K is really your.
So would it be the chick? So let me see that 10, because that's a beautiful cock. I mean, beautiful chicken.
It is.
So my question is would it be just the chicken, or like literally could we put chicken cock under it in big bold italic?
Put it in Old English, maybe.
Yeah.
Make it look a little gangster.
We'll put a little scroll on it. We put like 412 above it. Like,
All right, what if I drop it down to 20K?
You know what? We could put it in Chinese, and it could say, "I suck cock."
I mean, technically, it's not.
You
wouldn't know.
I'll tell you what.
I drink the cock.
I'll tell you what. I'll do a GoFundMe. If we reach 20K, I'll get the tattoo.
I don't think you'll do it.
I will do a GoFundMe on Monday. If we get 20K, I'll get the tattoo on my chest.
Listen,
Would you donate a bunch? How much of that money would you be willing to donate?
It's going to donate to my pockets.
Listen,
That's going to donate to more bottles for the podcast at the end of the day, if you think about it.
Our amazing viewers and listeners, there is little that I ask for in this life, but this is just one of those things. I mean, if we do a GoFundMe or we do a like thing, and we can actually get, and listen, this cock's going to be grandiose. This is going to be a big cock. This is not a little cock. This isn't the size of the cock. The cock that's going on this guy's chest is a big cock.
How big are we talking?
Don't worry about it. You've already
I want to know, because like,
You ever watch Sesame Street?
I'm not putting Big Bird on the fucking
that cookie monster on his chest.
A bodysuit.
Listen, just dream big. Just dream big. It'll be an appropriate size cock for you.
So you know what? Changing topics. Speaking of money, how about Haley? Hawk to a girl. Talking about that, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the latest Facebook post?
I seen everything between $5,000 to $25,000 or a night with her and her friend.
Oh.
Wait, what does that constitute?
I don't know. Yeah. Because they may just beat your ass. They're country.
we all know what the insinuation is.
Yeah.
Would you take $25,000 cash, or if you could have a? We both saw different things. I saw 25,000 cash, or would you take a?
Well, you guys are all married, so you go for the cash.
I would go for the
I'm
cash.
still young and stupid because you guys are all older than me.
Listen,
so you know what I'm going to go for.
I want you to think economically here. 25K goes
burn
a
through
long
real quick.
way in Bangkok.
I'll burn through that 25K on a single parlay and be fucked.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what will happen. Let me parlay it to make it a mill.
For 25K, you could literally buy a bunch of good bottles, fly to Bangkok, enjoy Bangkok.
You know what? He brings
fly back.
You know, Jason brings up a good point.
Of course I do.
For 25K, you could drink somebody that pretty. So, I mean, she's an extremely attractive girl. Her and her friend are very attractive girls. And, well, you could drink a dude that pretty, Dan. So.
I hate you guys. So talking about money, what about the Chase Bank shit?
He said you could drink a dude that pretty. Did you realize
but before we go to the Chase Bank stuff, though, hats off to Haley. I forget her last name, though, but it seems like she's doing a lot of great things, giving a lot of the money she's making right now up to a bunch of charities, though. So hats off to her. Seems like she's an amazing person. Hit it big off of one statement, and she's doing great things for a lot of people.
Well, she has that other statement now, too.
Which one?
What's that?
I completely forget. I'm going brain stupid right now.
Well, yeah, that was a
Cool
great
story.
That was great story.
Great topic.
This is what happens when we drink too much before the podcast.
This really super cool thing. What is it? I don't know. Fucking thanks, man.
On to Chase Bank, then, Dan. Thanks for that one.
Yeah.
There.
So speaking of stupid people,
Chase Bank.
Chase Bank.
Well, it's not Chase Bank. It's the stupid people that did this.
And it involved Chase Bank.
It did.
Correct.
Yeah,
and
the money
glitch of their
glitch.
system. Right.
Everybody's like, "Oh, Infinity Money, let me float this check and go to the ATM and cash out for 30 to 100,000."
So the whole heart of the
what's the
scam.
story behind? Tell the story though of what happened in the.
So the story's pretty simple. There was a glitch with Chase Bank. You could go ahead, scan in a check to yourself. It deposits in, even though you don't have the money in your account. People were running to the ATM machines, cashing out between 30 to 100,000, taking pictures with stacks of cash, which is check fraud.
Wait, and it's federal.
Oh, it's federal, 100%.
Yeah, I think depending on the amount. So a lot of y'all know when you take a check, when you deposit a check, though, for $20,000, you might get $5,000 instantly, and they hold the other amount is on hold until it clears.
Clears, yeah.
But the glitch with Chase Bank was when they were depositing these $100,000 checks, they were clearing instantly, and they were automatically withdrawing the funds.
Oh, yeah.
So was it fake accounts that they're doing?
No, they're doing it from their own account.
So when
But that's gonna hit, right?
But when you write a check, you could write a check to yourself or whatever. But when you cash a check, a lot of times for $20,000, $5,000 might be available to your account instantly.
Right.
The other
Everything else is
$15K is on hold.
Right.
But
Until
from what
cleared.
I understanding is the glitch was all of it was available
Yeah.
instantly.
Instantly.
And then they were automatically withdrawing it from an ATM, and then later they were getting hit with like negative 10, 20, 30,000.
Well,
Yeah,
and
all
these idiots went on Instagram and Snap and TikTok and everywhere
I
else.
was flashing the cash.
And they were flashing the cash in the
okay.
show. So, I mean, if you're, this is not, you don't have to be the most diligent federal investigator to go, hey, fuckface. Guess what?
We got you on Instagram here.
Yeah.
And,
So now you don't have, and you can't even claim it's an accident, right?
Yeah.
You have intent to commit fraud. And for those of you who don't understand that, the difference between intent to commit fraud and just committing fraud or accidental fraud is it's basically a difference of getting raped every day in the shower versus not getting raped every day in the shower. So, I hope they like their guts getting beat up, because a lot of them they're gonna be playing ping pong on the inside of their intestines here pretty soon.
It's just, I mean, you got to be stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I know in the military, there's a lot of guys back in the day that, you'd be running low on funds. You go to the commissary, kind of float a check, because you're getting paid in a day or two.
check cash place. Go ahead and front some money.
Yeah. Oh, man,
we're going to
those
take
places.
20% of it later.
Well, I mean, like Fort Hood. If you remember, you go outside of Fort Hood, and
I was stationed at Fort
well,
Hood.
you had 25 check cashing places right there, right?
Yep.
Advanced penny loans, and then you had to this day gold teeth gorillas,
Yep.
teeth and spinners for the wheels, bro. Swear to God, like we went on the base. I saw it. I was like, that's interesting. We went off the base. I'm like, I'm almost ready to buy some new rims. I'm like, gold teeth gorilla and spinners.
Oh, you get around a military base.
It's the
You get
worst.
around a major military base. It is some of the scummiest people.
Fort
on
Benning.
Earth.
Oh, yeah. I
Taking
mean, I was
advantage
at
of-
Shreveport, man.
Because I mean,
yeah.
you have 18, 19, 20-year-olds who for the first time have
Have money.
2-3 grand in their pocket though, and you have dude, they will finance rims for your car, audio systems,
jewelry.
well, that's like the dealerships. At 18, 19, you didn't have any credit established, but then you were going off base to these shady car dealerships,
Get
getting
that
hit like
Charger.
20% finance.
That Dodge Charger.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you used to tell you used to tell your soldiers, your airmen, Marines,
Mustang
you say
V2.
before you buy a car, you need to come see me.
Yeah.
Do not go buy a car. Come talk to me.
Yeah.
And that dumbass by Monday, hey, Sarge,
Mustang.
look what I got.
Got me a Charger.
They got me a Mustang, a Charger, or
I got myself a GT Pro, a 1996 GT Pro.
So I remember my first visit, being Air Force, but what Dan and I did, you go to a lot of Army bases. That we kind of lived with the Army. And I remember I got sent to Fort Benning for jump school. And it was like...
What the hell parachute brought you down? I just want to know.
It was the same one your mom and I shared. It was a big motherfucker, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about her underwear, because those were some parachutes.
Landed like an M1 Abrams on that ass. Anyways, before I was so rudely interrupted.
Hope my mother never listens to
I
this.
do too. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mrs. Gregory. So I get to the outside of Fort Benning. You drive through Fort Benning, and there's a highway that goes through there. Civilians drive on all the time, no big deal. But I get off of the main strip, and the first three places I see are a strip club. Mm-hmm. There was a dry cleaning / cash advance / like Chinese restaurant in one place. Like, you can do it all. That's a fucking great deal. I mean, to me, you drop the dry cleaning off, you get diarrhea, and you're good to go. You check your cash your check.
You could get diarrhea from the food. You could get syphilis from.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to say.
massage
Right next to it.
But by the time you're done, your dry cleaning's done now.
Well, I mean, you gotta
It was
get-
great.
So right next to that was a strip club, and then an adult bookstore. So I'm like, that's an interesting setup. Oh, and then they had a Burger King.
And Jason still has the VHS in the other room.
So we finish the school. We get Liberty or pass, as the Army likes to call it. They got to have everything patriotic. Liberty. And the Air Force were like, we just call it. Just go.
I think that was a Marine term, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
was it?
not Army, dummy.
Shut up. It's the same thing. Neither of you fucktards can spell. So in any event, they had Liberty, and they go off post, and then the next Monday we had to assemble for graduation, right? And this guy comes in, and he's pale, like something's happened. Like, what happened? He's like, well, I was at the strip club, and I went up to the adult bookstore, and have you ever heard of these things called glory holes? Like, is it normal for them to charge money? I mean, the kid's all of like, he's 19 years old. This kid was from like Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, small town, probably. You know, they still line dance and, you know, are wholesome and stuff. Then he goes to like the pit of hell, the pit of hell. There's only a couple military or places I've been in the military that have been more debauchery oriented.
No, that's every single base. Let's be honest.
I mean, you go overseas, you expect. You go to Korea, you know what you're getting there. You go to, you know, the Philippines, you know what you're going to get there. You know,
well, that's like the kid in Germany. We went to Frankfurt in the strip club.
Yeah.
You know, he disappears for hours on end. And so I know what he's doing. And the strip clubs are a little very liberal and lenient in Germany, let's say.
In Europe in general, but yeah.
So he's in there for probably like 2 hours, and I'm waiting on this. They're like, come on, man, let's go. And I'm blowing his phone up, and like one of the strippers came out, just let your boy go. Let him do his thing.
She scolded you.
She scolded me. Right? So we drive back, and then the very next day at work, he's like, yo, Sergeant Taylor, can you do me a favor and sign this statement so I can send it to my credit card company? So he bought 2 champagne dances at, I think it was like €500 a pop. And you know what was going on back there.
He swiped that card between her ass cheeks. That's what he did.
Yeah.
He swiped more than the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, whatever, fuck it. I'll sign it. So now at this point, I'm in a conundrum still to this day. Was it theft, credit card fraud, or rape?
He talks about those glory holes, and you get this kid coming out of Nebraska, Montana, or something, and he's
Is this a you story?
Or Ohio. I can honestly say,
I knew a guy.
never done a glory hole. Knew a guy. Honestly, never have.
Wait.
But you know, when that young soldier was sitting there in that glory hole, though, and he's sitting there having that moment, and then all of a sudden he heard, "Hey, bring it in closer." When you heard that voice come through the wall,
what you're trying to say is it was
that
like
1 sheet of 1/4-inch drywall.
You know a lot about these places.
He does a lot of details.
Using one.
Craig, bring it in closer. I don't know. Hi, my name's Terry. So I remember taking. We got some new PJs.
What did you take?
No, you're not gonna flip this on me. We already know where you said. So we had this one character. His name's Rich. I'm not gonna go his last name. He's a friend of mine, and he would do this thing where he would welcome the new pararescuemen that got stationed out at Nellis, because we got a rescue squadron out there, and he would take them out to a training bar as a joke, just as a joke, you know. And so he gets these couple new kids in, and he brings them out to the bar, and the one dude just straight up falls in love. Like, he was smitten. Like, dude was ready to engage.
They do often.
Why is Jay look a little traumatized at this one?
I never got out there. In Rich's glorious days, and I'm sure he's going to listen to this, and it's going to bring a smile to his face. But Rich was legendary at some really good hazing things that he would do. But in this instance, like, this kid was all the way down. Like, when you confronted him, like, dude, that's not a girl. That's a dude girl.
It's a dude with tits.
It's a dude with tits. He was like,
Not a chick with a dick.
his response was, yeah, but she's post-op. Oh, yeah. That's a dilemma, isn't it, right?
No, that's not a dilemma.
But the glory hole's a dilemma, but the post-op's not all of a sudden for you.
That was not a dilemma. Not a dilemma.
Not until I heard the voice.
Yeah.
Bring it closer.
Yes, sir.
Bring it in closer.
So you mentioned, I mean, so, you know, 4 of the 5 of us have been in the military. What's your most memorable hazing moment?
For him, me?
Not that may have happened to you, but somebody else.
Oh, man. Most memorable of the military.
Of the military,
I think my most hazing moment was, so they used to do, in the movies they talk about it, so the way your rank used to be placed on your chest, they had what they called, basically you had these pins, right?
Yeah, penning ceremony.
Right, so your rank would stick on your chest, and they had these really thick barbs on the back of them.
They weren't that thick.
Well, so anyway, so
I know you're thick to
That's
use.
not even like a good hazing story. Everybody been through
that's
that.
not the hazing story
Okay.
though. So in the motor pool, when I first came out, I was a mechanic though.
It was Terry. His shit was thick.
Dude, this motor pool
He got penned from behind.
It was sick.
this motor pool got to be big, and it started off with when you got pinned, everybody give you a little punch on the shoulder. Well, then this motor pool grew to be about 20 people, so it was 10 left, 10 right. And when you got pinned, you had to walk the line.
Yeah, the gauntlet.
Right.
Yeah.
And you walk that gauntlet down that, that first 1 or 2 punches you, next thing you know, your body does this. And then people are uppercutting you, and they would just beat the shit out of you as you walk down that line and come back, though.
Well,
That's
that's a
typical.
really
That's
that's a bored fucking.
that's weak. That's weak sauce. That was weak sauce.
That was weak sauce.
Yeah,
And you're in the army.
You're going to talk about when you got pegged or something, or what?
I got one for you. So I worked at a nuke base. And the best one, they used to always do Jeep chokes on the new guys that finally got their clearance to work with the nukes. And the best was they got a bucket, cracked some glow sticks, some milk, some water, and put it up by one of the structures where the nuclear weapons were stored. And they, the silver fire suits that we had on standby. So we would tell the new troops, hey, there's a nuclear leak. It's our job to go clean it up. so we had this bucket rigged so it looked almost official, but if you had half a brain cell, it was bullshit. And you would tell it would be the senior patrol guy and the alpha who was the new guy. The senior guy got the suit. Hey, we only have one suit. The both of you got to go clean this mess up. So
It was cruel, man.
you would go down. You would have this bullshit mop, and you would sweep it up, and you got the new troops sweeping it up, and then you would go back to the control center. They had a hose and the brooms, the big long push brooms.
The cardboard. Yeah, they were
the push brooms, the hard, the hard.
Awful. God.
So they had soap and water. They spray down the silver suit and real easy, gently clean them off. And then you got the new troops screaming, "What about me? What about me?" And they would just have this kid in tears, just scrubbing the shit out of him with that broom.
Dude, we did some. I mean, there were some fun things. So I mean, you had all the regular stuff you tell the new guy, go get me 25 feet of fallopian tube. You send him to the command center. And that motherfucker rolled there, I need 25 feet of fallopian tube. And you always did it when there was a really good looking lady there. And she'd be like, 25 feet of fallopian tube? He's like, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Okay. But we had these guys that came back from England. They were all senior airmen E4s. And they were, at that period in the military, when I came in, Dan came in, an E4 carried a lot of weight. It's just how it was. It was different back then. And these guys were like gods. They've been overseas. They've seen some shit, And their thing was they would abduct the new airmen, or airmans, plural, and they would drive them down to Del Rio and across the border over into, whatchamacallit? Can't remember the name of the Mexican town.
Tijuana?
Not Tijuana.
What base?
Juarez.
Thank you. And they would drive them. I mean, of course, you can't drink, if you're under 21 in the States. Okay.
As soon as you cross the border, if you could breathe, you could drink.
So they would grab them a bottle of Mexicali or whatever, worm. I mean, this is some nasty, cheap shit. None of us had money. And we would drag the kid, or they would drag. I'm not incriminating myself in any way, shape, or form. Still work for us.
You said we, right?
Yeah. And they took. I remember they took this one kid into this bar, and it was a donkey show. And I had never been, and I didn't believe that could physically happen. I'm still traumatized. Let me tell you something. To this day, there's a little PTSD from that episode. But nothing was more intriguing or interesting than watching the banana cutter. Ty, would you like to describe what the banana cutter is? Go ahead, because you're a Marine. We know you guys are good with this. You guys are
They would eat the banana.
I know, like Okinawa, they have the banana lady. It's a banana show outside of Kadena Air Force Base. And this lady's like legendary. She's probably like 6 years old, or pass it on down to her daughter. She's probably like 50 years old.
It's like runs in the family.
Well,
we're banana cutters.
Sticks a whole banana somewhere, and all of a sudden it comes out in slices. Or she drops down with a whole roll of quarters and gives you change.
Yeah. It's an interesting way to conduct commerce. I will say that. I got change for a dollar. And it's like, what the fuck? I don't know if I want my quarters like that, but I'd take a banana in my daiquiri, I guess.
I think the grossest story I ever heard, though, I didn't see it that night, though. But
okay. Just like I didn't. I wasn't at the glory.
I heard from a guy who knows a guy who was there.
We did. When I was
we did. That
when I was stationed at Fort Hood, we drove down from Fort Hood. So I was married at the time, though. She was in training for the Army, and I had a bunch of friends tell me about, hey, at the time, you didn't need back in the day, pre 9/11, you did not need a passport to cross into Canada and Mexico.
Yeah, military.
You could just cross the border. Oh, anybody could cross the border.
Yeah, with your ID.
So they kept on telling me, hey, there's a bunch of bars down there, and they're like, yeah, there's a couple prostitutes. So I go down there with them. We cross the border though, and what I come to find out is it's not bars with a couple prostitutes. These are whorehouses.
It's absolute sin across the border. It's just
I remain faithful, but they had a donkey show. Was not happening that night. I'm not gonna lie, dumb Army guys. I'm like, well, I'd watch this go down though. But they have a show that happens down there where this girl takes a shot and she puts it somewhere, sucks it up inside her, and a guy will lay back and put his head below her, and she'll spit it back out in his mouth.
What it tastes like?
And I'm like,
chlamydia.
Why does whiskey salty?
150 proof chlamydia.
Was it aged?
For about 30 seconds.
your mother can tell you what I thought, Joey.
Speaking of that,
God.
I'm wondering if any of our listeners are in Korea right now.
Oh, good Lord. Why, you need a New Jersey purse?
I do need a New Jersey. Song Tong Sally.
Oh, so let me tell you.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast of Bullits and Bourbon. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.